Sometimes growing your own house is much more fun, and everyone loves a mushroom. I'm going to show you how to build and grow this mushroom house in any biome you like, and not a single block of mycelium in sight. Let me show you. These are the things you are likely to need, but the only things you definitely need are the 2 red mushrooms in the top left and some bone meal. Everything else after that is entirely down to your own taste. I've used approximately these number of blocks for my build, but adjust it as you see fit. Now obviously the easiest place to do this would be in a mushroom fields, because mushrooms will grow on this stuff no matter what the light level. But mushroom fields aren't always easy to find, so you can do it other places too. I'll show you. This looks like a fab spot. Let's build it here. But the problem we've got is that no matter what I do, I can't plant this mushroom down it. It doesn't like to be planted in this light level. Mushrooms won't be planted off of mycelium if the light level is above 13 and there's direct access to the sky. Build a 10 by 5 rectangle of blocks with a 2 block gap underneath it. Then what you can do is you can come 2 blocks underneath it and plant your mushroom right there, and then count 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and plant your second mushroom there. You can get rid of that table now. Once you've got yourself some space, you can bone meal up one of these mushrooms. Keep doing it until you get a mushroom. That's perfect. Now what we're hoping for is a smaller mushroom on this side, something that's probably just slightly off the ground. That's not really perfect, so try again until you get the right combination. It took a few goes, but that'll work. Now we need to get it ready to be able to build inside, so I'm going to place some steps upside down around the edges of both of these mushrooms. Now the tall one's easy, we can just crouch down and pop those edges in like that. This one's a little bit more difficult. I need to come down into a gap and do it like that. So we end up with something that looks a little bit like that. Then we can come round to the front. Now you could have the front on this side, or you could have the front on the absolute side. I'm choosing to put my front right here. I'm going to place 3 steps there, and I can take out that as my door. I need to remove that stem because that's no good to me anymore. And I'm going to put my floor in right here like that. I can then place a door right there and get ready to go to the next step. Now I know that I have got more mushroom on this side. You can see that right there. So what I can do is I can take those 2 dots out and I can place myself a step there that will raise myself into this next section of the floor. I can then make myself a floor exactly the same way as I did last time, remove the stem because the stem's no good to me, and then place that exactly like that. And I can put myself a second door right here. However, I have got a hole at the top. I'm going to fix that in exactly the same way as I did all the way around the edges by placing in some steps and closing it off there. And you can place a door there, or you can leave it completely open. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to create some windows, taking out the middle section of each of the mushroom sides there, and also on this side as well. This is going to allow some light in, allow us to look out, but it'll also give a little bit more structure and make it look more like a house. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to place in some shutters like this, trapdoors made out of oak so it matches the rest of the wood around all of these windows. I'm also going to create a little chimney using some different types of stone. That means I can put in a fireplace on the inside. I've put a little twist in the chimney to give it some character with a campfire and some spruce trapdoors so as we got some actual smoke coming out. I'm going to come inside to the corner where the chimney is. I'm going to place a campfire right there, an upside down step there and an upside down step there, which gives us that chimney feel. Now if that design isn't to your taste, take out the steps and the campfire, place yourself in a furnace, put a wall right next to it and then a block above that, and that acts as a chimney going out to that chimney as well. I think I actually prefer that because it also gives me some utility. Now it might be safe from mobs, but it's not a home, so let's pop down a bed. We need to put in some light up in this corner perhaps, make that safe. We also want to get ourselves a chest. Let's put a chest there and there. We can place a barrel, maybe on a shelf, pop the shelf there and a barrel on top of the shelf and just decorate it the way you'd like. So if we come inside now, we've got ourselves a good entrance area. Close the door, don't want anything following me. A little bit of light, some paintings, plenty of storage as well. A little shelf underneath that window. And I thought let's put a brown mushroom in because, you know, we're living in a red mushroom. That makes sense. And up in the bedroom, again, plenty of storage, light. We've got smelting, we've got crafting and somewhere to sleep. But the outside could do with a little bit of work. To start with, I'm going to stick a bucket of water underneath here. That's going to allow me to hydrate some dirt that I can then turn into crops. And it's close enough for me to be able to hydrate dirt on this side as well. On this side, I've planted in some wheat and some carrots, and on this side, I've got melons and pumpkins. I'm going to create a little bit of separation with these gardens as well, using some fence posts, and I'm going to put some lanterns on top of the fence posts just to give it a little bit of light. And I'm going to create a pathway using a spade. I'm not going to do every block, but I'm just going to make it look a little bit random, and I'm going to put a little bit of gravel into this pathway as well to give it some character. And we're nearly done. Just going to add some extra blocks, a barrel there for storage for those crops. I'm going to stick another barrel to the side of this as well. And then I'm also going to place in a shelf right there. And on top of that shelf, I'm going to place a pot. And on top of the pot, I'm going to place a cherry blossom. I also thought it'd be quite nice if we could, to the one side of this, place in one of the larger pots that are really nice in Minecraft now, stick in a smaller pot into that and place another cherry blossom onto the top of that. I think that's looking pretty good. And the only thing that's really left now, you guessed it, is a few bushes. I also added in a tiny little 1 deep pond just to give it a bit of a smile, and I think we're done. You would definitely love coming home to this house. There's a lot of life on the outside. I put a lantern inside the pond. We've got our sugarcane. You could call that a sugarcane farm if you wanted to. Melon and pumpkin farm, wheat and carrot farm. Nice attractive entrance to our house. And inside we've got all of our storage and our sleeping area. It's so much easier growing your own house, right? Well, maybe not easier, but none of your mates are going to have one. What other quirky houses would you like me to have a go at? I'd really like to hear from you in the comments. Do let me know. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please do consider giving it a like or maybe even subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out and costs you absolutely nothing. No, seriously, I checked. There is zero charge to subscribing and liking a video. You should try it. What could I add to this house to make it even better? Again, let me know in the comments. It'll be great to hear from you. And I'll look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.